You're watching BCTV. We're all about Branford. You're watching BCTV, Branford Government Television, a service of Branford Community Television. This program is brought to you in part through the support of the town of Branford.
We'll call the Board of Selectmen's meeting. This is a special meeting for July 11th, 2023. Order item 1, to consider and if appropriate approve a 4-year lease agreement between the town of Branford and American Capital Financial Services Incorporated for 1,000 HP Chromebooks, including software and the extended service plan for an annual cost of $110,520.19, including financing fees. We do have our finance director, Jim Finch here, as well as Board of Ed, Representative Rob Covey. Are you, we have a letter here in the package. This is, just to be clear, this is included in our budget that we just approved, the Board of Finance and RTM approved.
It's just a continuation of what we started a while ago, right?
Yes. Yeah. And the 2019 lease is coming off
Right.
for the Chromebooks, so this is adding the new ones. Same number, 1,000, right?
Yes.
All right.
I don't have any questions. I'll move
Any
it.
questions? Moved. Second. Moved, seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That's
All
it.
right. Thank you.
Okay.
Item 2, to consider and if appropriate, approve a request from Gary, that will take item 2 off the agenda. Item 3, to consider and if appropriate, approve a request from Brian Devlin, Superintendent WPCF, to waive the bid for pump station services and award the work, the upgrading pump station control panels and alarm dialers to Control Systems of Connecticut, Inc. for fiscal year 23-24.
Yes, Control Systems of Connecticut, we've been using them the last 12 years. They do all our upgrade work, controls, alarm dialers, and very efficient. It always shows up when we have trouble, so we'd like to continue using them. It's very fair, too.
The rates in the...
Same as last year.
Same as last year,
Yes.
the rates, per hour rates. All right. Both and after hours rates. All right. Motion to approve?
Second.
Move second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Passes. Item 4, to consider if appropriate approve a request from Brian Devlin, Superintendent WPCF, to waive the bid for the rebuilding of a 100 horsepower submersible pump for the Bourbon Pump Station and award the contract to Traver Electrical Motor Company Incorporated in the amount of $13,850 plus freight if applicable.
Yes, this is one of our 100 horsepower pumps at a Bourbon Pump Station. So we have a spare one in now, so I have 2 working there. But this one needs a total rebuild. It's about 9 years old. So Traver does our pumps 25 horsepower and larger. They take care of the work there. They do good work in very timely fashion too. So I just wanted to get a bid waiver for their work.
I'll move it.
Second. Hey, move seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Passes. Item 5, to consider and if appropriate approve a request from Brian Devlin, Superintendent WPCF, to waive bid for design assistance for the Branford wastewater pollution control facility upgrades and award the contract to J.K. Muir LLC in the amount not to exceed $49,500.
Yes, they're involved with our energy efficiency program for our blowers. Right now, we have 125 horsepower blowers. One blower, I spoke with Jamie, we're gonna get a rebate from the power company for one of them. The other ones, they'll give us not as much as the first one. So we're going from 125 horsepower down to 70 horsepower, and they run 24 hours, 7 days a week. One usually runs that way, but in the summer with the warmer weather, we'll need 2 blowers on. So since I am only doing one, I wanted to continue with the other ones. And this is the company that does the design for me. They're the engineer. She's an MIT graduate. She did the last couple of years with a RAS blower with the drives. Now we'll replace the blowers. They're 21 years old. I have it in one of my capital accounts to do it. I didn't want to wait 3 more years as the increased cost will occur with the blowers. And the plant water pump would also be changed out. That's running full bore right now. That'll have VFDs and a brand new plant water pump. So this will be a few year project to do. And they're the consultant firm working with me for the design on it.
And you mentioned that for energy efficiency, you were.
Yeah, we would
have a
see about
timer?
20% each, yeah,
20%?
just on the blowers themselves. Those are the largest consumption of electricity in the plant, the blowers for the oxidation ditches. They run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 a year. So now they'll be running with a jockey style. One pump would be a 70, the other one might be a 75, 80. So we're gonna be dropping down from that with a VFD control. That's where the energy savings will come in.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Got moved second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item 6, stream use, to consider and if appropriate approve a request from the Shoreline Community Church for the use of the town green on October 31st, 2023, from 6 PM to 8 PM to hold Light the Night.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
To consider and if appropriate approve a request from Branford Counseling and Community Services for the use of the town green on Sunday, September 24th, 2023, from 1 PM to 5 PM to hold the annual Pat Andrew Family Day.
Motion? Go ahead.
Second. I'm good.
All right, move seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes. To consider and if appropriate approve a request from the Dan Cosgrove Animal Shelter for the use of the town green on Saturday, August 12th, 2023, from 11 AM to 6 PM to hold wolf stock.
Was to approve.
Second?
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. To consider and for appropriate approve a request from Stony Creek Association for the use of Bayview Park on Saturday, September 9th, 2023, to hold Stony Creek Day.
Was to approve.
Second?
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Appointments, Economic Development Commission, Karen Raganese to fill a vacancy left by John Leonard, term to expire July 31st, 2024.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Branford Green Committee, First Congregational Church Rep, Joseph Catrona, term to expire May 31st, 2025.
Was to approve.
Second?
Then move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. I don't think there's any correspondence. All right, or is there? Nope. Any other business? Sure. Special man.
Can
Yeah,
Technical.
we can hear.
For the
We can't
record,
take
yeah.
any action.
Yeah,
Right.
take any action.
Afternoon. I have a question about the, this meeting here. Why was this, first place, why was last week's meeting canceled, and why wasn't there any notification on the town website?
It was posted, I believe there was trouble having a quorum.
I was on vacation.
There was vacations. Yeah. So it was posted later than typical, but it was still posted.
After the meeting was
All right.
supposed to take place, it was posted.
Yeah,
That's not really helping the public, right? I mean, the public should be informed before the meeting is supposed to take place.
yeah,
Okay.
it's oversight there. Go ahead.
Today's meeting, why is today's meeting first place at 4 o'clock, second place on a Tuesday, and third place at a community house when typically a selectmen's meeting is at the firehouse on a Wednesday at 5 o'clock?
Right, because this is a special meeting.
Yeah,
Firehouse was unavailable,
okay.
and this was a schedule that this is the time that accommodated everyone's schedule.
However, you can see that this is not very conducive for the public to arrive here and be participating in this, right? I mean, I'm one of two people from the public who are here.
Yeah,
So if the role of the selectmen, the board of selectmen is to serve the public, you would think that the public would have better notification and, this change of venue and whatnot would be considered in a more appropriate light in the sense that you know, a lot of people just can't make it here. And if you want input from the public, you're not getting it. Maybe that's not the intent, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that-
Third thing is, when are the roads going to be finally paved and taken care of? The roads in Branford, Branford deserves better than this. You go to Madison, you go to Guilford, you go to East Haven, the roads are in better shape. You know, Branford should be the gem of this area, right? We should be the ones that people look up to. And as far as the roads are concerned, who's in charge of that? Who's in charge of getting the roads paved and all that?
So any town paving is done through a combination of the engineering and public works department. But a lot of the road that need to be repaved is due to the extensive utility work that took place throughout town, both primarily by the Regional Water Authority and the gas company. As you know, or to inform you if you don't know, they have a number of mains throughout that they replaced these last couple of years. They have to then come through and follow up with the service upgrades to each of those mains. So that is where the large disruption has occurred throughout town, and it is really cannot be done till they're completed, and the utility companies are responsible for completing that paving work.
So we've had this discussion 15 months ago.
Yeah.
I had this discussion with you, and you told me that those approvals will imminent. How soon is for those utilities? You said that they should be approved shortly to be able to pave them and whatnot. And here we are 15 months later, and you go down Roger Street, it's a mess. I mean, there's just no way around it, you know.
Yeah.
If you live on Breezy Lane, you're loving it. But, you know, there's only a handful of people who live on Breezy Lane. A lot of people go down Roger
Yeah, so
Street.
we're not gonna pave roads until they're completed with their work. And this is.
So are they completed with their work now?
There's still ongoing service connections, particularly with the gas. They're under a pure mandate to remove all the cast iron gas services that are throughout town. Branford has significant number of roads or services have these old services, and as they're upgrading their system, then they have to come through and then update the service to the house. Many of them require moving the meters that were outside. So that
So
when that's complete.
are they going to be then digging up the center of town again? Are they going to dig up Roger Street again? I mean, that's been dug up. They've patched it. So what is the? You're saying they have to upgrade the service through
to the house.
to the house.
Right.
So that shouldn't affect the street, right? Because those hookups are off to the side.
No,
So
they have to tie into the main.
so those have not been done for Roger Street?
I would have to confirm whether they're done for Roger Street or not.
Is there any timeline for this? Is this going to be just like indefinite forever? We're going to hope that the utilities get their act together? I mean, what type of pressure can you put on the utilities to say, get your act together? Because it is a shame that Branford looks like a mess. I mean, it just does, you know, and we should do better.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you agree with that.
Yeah,
We
so
could do better.
We do have, primarily our engineering department does have update meetings with the utility companies in terms of the status of the work. So there was another, throughout town, another update. There was a slide in there, a significant slide in the schedule that they didn't finish last year, that they had to come back this spring to finish. So that is ongoing. Is it going to be forever? I mean, clearly not. Is it longer than I think many of us would like to see? Certainly. But yes, it is the utility companies, and we continue to work with them. And in terms of not only because they're required to ensure that they're doing, more than, an adequate, in terms of the amount of patching. We now are, roads that they're coming in and disturbing, we're requiring to do a full mill and pave or repave. These are roads too where they might not be obligated to. We try to coordinate our paving schedule with the work that they're doing, so we can come in one time and address a complete street rather than just a section that may have the utility work, if it's running down one side or not. So those efforts are ongoing.
Okay, and how about those areas where the utilities have not disturbed? There's still some of those places where you can see that it just needs to be paved.
Yeah, and so we've ramped up as far as just the strict town repaving program. We've actually, these last 2 years or 3 years, have increased dollars that we're putting towards that effort. We've increased the mileage of road that we do every year. So in the last, I would say, two paving seasons, and you'll see it going on for this year. We did a paving in the early spring. We have one that's about to start in the next couple of weeks, and we'll probably end up doing a third smaller one in the fall. So the town of Branford has increased its paving than we historically have done. Such
streets like Horsley, which is, that tragic accident that happened on Horsley, and I don't know if you've gone down that at all. And I know it's not a road that is highly traveled, but it's just, it's treacherous to going down that road. And kids will speed down that road because it's a joyride. And, it's just been kind of given short shift, year after year after year. They do a quick pave, they do a patch, they do this, and as soon as the winter comes, you get a couple snowy days, you get a little ice, it pops out, and you're back to your manhole mess. Your pothole mess. And, there's an example where I think, for no other reason, we should look at that just on a safety point of view. And I don't travel Horsley that much, but, if you're going to Bayusos or someplace like that, and you're coming from the, Brushy Plains side of things, right? That's where you're going. That's my 2 cents.
Okay. Any other business? Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Just was adding on time.
This program was brought to you in part through the support of the Town of Branford. Watch town meetings and other videos on demand at BranfordTV.org.